Welcome back, folks, to Let's Replay Realms of the Haunting. And when last we left off, we managed to get back to the house after encountering both Hawk and Belial. We now have Alf's dagger, but we also have, while we're exploring the new areas of the house that have opened up to us, a lot more threats to deal with. More enemies are now appearing, some of them far more dangerous than the ones we'd encountered before. But it's okay, because we have Gun. Literally, that's what it's called in the actual inventory screen.
Flintlock. Some sort of gun.
I'm not quite sure how Adam is able to use this gun, because I doubt he carries around the stuff you need to use a flintlock gun. Perhaps it's a magical flintlock gun. Either way, it does work differently to many of the other guns, in the sense that it has an actual bar that charges directly. It charges a lot faster than the staff and Alf's dagger, but it doesn't do as much damage. That said, it seems to have a sort of area of effect, so to speak. I'm not sure if that's the case. And while it can't deal with these enemies in one hit, it can deal with them in two, I think. We're about to find out when this enemy decides to come over to the door. There we go, one defeated. We also want to get out of the way of that one, just in case he, shoots with that pistol, because that pistol will hit us if there's nothing in the way. If there's something in the way, it won't actually hit at all. There we go. Want to avoid that. If you try and shoot when the bar is not fully charged, it just says it's out of power. So let's deal with him now. There we go. One enemy disposed of. And this room pretty much has nothing else in it at all. There's no reason to be in here at all apart from picking up this gun. We also totally forgot to pick up an item that we needed earlier. Namely, the room when we lit the candles and fought the enemy with the two axes. There's an item we need to get from in there, and looking back at it, I completely overlooked it because it was mostly obscured by a body at the angle that I first saw it, and I accidentally thought it was a candle. So let's actually consult the map and see if we can find that room again.
A map.
Looks old and...
Let's have a look, shall we? We have gone back through here, and we're going down there. We want to go through these, and we actually want to head, basically... If we go right here, through this door, and then that way. Okay, I think I know where we're going. Now. Let's go. This way. So we go here, through here, and if we head this way, and through this door, we'll head back into here, through here, and here is the actual room. Now, I was looking at it from, I think, this angle, which meant I barely noticed it. But there it is. Do you see it now?
Small quartz idol. Is that a book it's got there?
Don't know. It's so small, it's hard to tell.
Let's take it, because that item is actually really, really important. You know what else is really important? Using our healing items, because our health leaves a little to be desired. There we go. Much better. We want to head back the way we just come, because now we want to, basically continue exploring this way. And now that we actually have the, statuette, it's a much easier task. The statuette, if I recall, is not actually a, it's more of an actual key than it is a, an actual just item. It's actually used to open things. So, going through here, we're now back to where we were before. There are a few various doors that we can open. That is also not the way I wanted to go. Oops. This door actually opens, but what we want to do right now is we want to head through and basically explore everywhere we can. Now, if memory serves, if we go this way, there's this.
Another tower gate. I don't hear any voices, though.
I don't think it's working. Yep, this one is not working. We found a fair few of these that aren't working, actually. Now, here's a corridor that is very important. That one actually leads to the end of the chapter, so we're going to explore everywhere else first. There are a few more things we still want to find here. Namely, we want to explore around here first and see what we can uncover. Checking the map is important, because you don't want to get lost. We have just, I believe, come down the stairs from here. So there's basically this corridor here. And we've been in that one before. We got that scroll. So actually there's a doorway there that I think doesn't open. That one does, but this one doesn't. So what we want to do is we want to actually head down these stairs. And maybe we can get into this area too? I don't quite remember, but we certainly want to head down those stairs. So where do we want to go? I believe it was... Let's actually double check, because I don't want to get lost here. Always consult the map if you're not sure. Yeah, I actually want to head into that room that I previously didn't step into, because there's a door, according to the map, yep, immediately to the left. We want to go down here. Here is very important. We definitely want to go check that out.
Tower gate.
Magical portal.
Let's see if it works, shall we? What's the worst that could happen?
Jesus. What the hell was that?
I don't know. It's probably got something to do with the destruction of this gate.
How Rebecca can tell from there that the gate has been destroyed is anyone's guess, but it certainly isn't functioning.
Tower gate.
Magical portal.
Also, why did you peek back round that corner, Adam? If that thing had just lunged for you, you were literally here. It could have just killed you. You're fortunate it didn't. But we will be seeing that particular creature again. Oh yes, it's going to be a lot later in the future, but we are going to see that creature again. And when we do, we're going to wish we hadn't. So we want to head this way. We want to basically explore a little. Here's another door that requires the, statuette. There are 2 doors, I think, that require it to actually unlock things. And here's an area where there's no door at all. That's never, ever, ever encouraging. Right down here, I think we're actually about to backtrack on ourselves. Yeah, pretty sure this door was not open before.
Open. Good.
Yep, that basically links back to another area of the house that we've already been to, so we don't actually want to go that way. We probably do, however, want to head over and basically examine this. But first we want to actually go over to the other area. If memory serves, that's actually more important. It's normally the area you go to first, because you actually encounter it first, normally. There are a lot of things we actually want to do. That one is indeed locked. We have to use the statuette. So I think we've pretty much explored everywhere that we can here. I mean, we'd explored that, we've explored around there. Yeah, we pretty much have explored most of the new areas. We haven't explored there yet. And we haven't explored there. That is a menacing pair of eyes, by the way. Very menacing. Gotta wonder if the person who drew that put that in and was like, you have to draw a pair of menacing eyes on the map. And then he drew a pair of menacing eyes on the map. Right, let's go and have a look at this. We already have the statuette equipped, so we might as well use it. I think the door should open now? Yes, it should. Let's go in.
Welcome, Master Florentine. I trust you are well.
The voice is some sort of security spirit that don't answer.
And what will it be today, sir? Unfortunately, I was not able to locate the book you asked me to find. Shall I procure a cup of Darjeeling from you, sir? Some brandy, perhaps? Are you looking for anything in particular, sir? What do you intend to do with Hawk, sir? Raziel sent another emissary this morning. The Arges still report the intruders are within the grounds. Are there any special orders you wish for me to pass on to them? Belial was by last even, sir. The ward held as usual. Master Florentine, forgive me, but does something trouble you? Your reticence is unusual. The Dodger is close, Master Florentine. Your scout reports another attempt to leave the tower. Sir, please forgive me, but due to your lack of response, your instructions require me to ask of you the library code. I'm sure you understand. Sir, please forgive me again, but further to my request, you have failed to procure the library code. Under your instructions, I must ask you one further time. Failure to reply will result in the instigation of your security measure.
I think we'd better be making tracks.
Failure to reply. Intruder in library.
Oh, God.
Oh dear. Well, this library seemed to have some sort of security system. We have our own security system. It's called Gun. I'm not going to presume that this is the only one of these that's been summoned, because I don't think it is if memory serves. This is a pretty large and open area with which to actually fight this enemy though. Also, it only takes 3 shots to kill. Maybe I underestimated this gun. Yeah, I think if we open this... yeah, there's a few more. There's a fair few more, but fortunately, we could pretty easily take these out. 2. And open the door again just for one more shot, and... 3. Oh, wait. Yep, we got... it does appear to have an area of effect. It definitely hit the other one. I could hear that it hit the other one, so it does have an area of effect, I think. Don't hold me to that, though. Maybe not. Well, we can finish it off with this one. We could if we didn't miss. Oh, Adam. That's better. That's much better. Right, let's explore this library, shall we? There's a few things we haven't seen. Mainly another quill and ink. We have actually seen one of those. We'll just grab that. We'll grab a potion too. Potions are good. Any other potions? No. However, there are 2 parchments.
Handwritten text.
We'll grab it.
Parchment.
We'll grab that too. And we'll grab these.
Parchment.
Yep. And this.
Map. But to where?
Let's have a look. Let's have a look at all the things we've picked up. First, there is a parchment.
The symbol on this is the same as the marks on my hands.
Ah, I actually hadn't checked that, but yes, he does comment on that. So what did we just pick up? We picked up a parchment, a map of the house, and a map of the caverns? I think there's more than that. Pretty sure there's more than that. Oh, definitely more than that. We picked up a map of the caverns, sketch. Yeah, here they are. 3 parchments and a map of the tower complete. This is very, very important. Yeah, we're definitely going to be going to this place here. It even has all the symbols. The tower. Ah, Florentine. 1588 AD. This was quite a while ago. I wonder if anything has changed. I wonder if anything has changed at all. It's pretty big and we're going to be using it. Let's have a look at these, shall we?
Parchment. Written by hand.
Stone tower. Puzzle. Incarceration. What's all this about?
You're a very quick reader. I haven't even started reading it yet, and you've already got the entire gist of it. Let's read, shall we? In my dream I came at once upon a tall stone tower within a puzzle, where there dwelt the one who reigns over incarceration. His name was Raziel, and he said unto me as I walked among the gardens, The key is thine, if I can but solve my riddle and pass by my ear. I answered not, and went from that green place, and did speak with one by a sparkling fountain who called himself the tender of that place. How pleasant this place to eye and ear, I called to him across the stream. He answered, but not for those who come with... Is that, evil heart? There we go. Not for those who come with evil heart. With a call like a bird did the gardener change his form to that of a monstrous beast, and I fled from the light that, poured from its jaw. Ugh. Raziel, the jailer. Fear him for his power of interment. Fear him too, for he has the power to set all free. Seek him only at the last, for the tower in which he abides lies centre to a vast puzzle, which few men have solved. Audience is never granted, but his image can sometimes be perceived, as the traveller walketh the endless gardens of his domain, endlessly striving to unlock the key to his puzzle. His domain is a place of beauty, but do not be fooled, for it is the dwelling place of those who have failed the puzzle, and must dwell eternally within the dark prison set below. Those who have heart, and their needs is great enough, will solve the puzzle, and find themselves within the tower at last, where a key can be found, that the locks of the worlds are no match for. That sounds good. That key is the key of tears. That sounds really good. We need that. But tread close and stealthily, for if that presence known as the jailer doth hear thine footsteps, then all is lost and the trap will be sprung. Stealth is the key. All who tread this place take note and remember my words, for they are true. Alright. In most, but not all accounts of his personality, Raziel appears as a tall man wearing black raiment, his movements accompanied by the sounds of chains and keys. Like, banging together? Yeah, I think that's the word. His form is one of the most associated with services and state affairs. He mostly appears in a monstrous humanoid form, limbs stretched and out of proportion, with skeletal bat-like wings protruding from his temples. His teeth are of gold, and his eyes are of the silver of the monstrous keychain that swings at his side. Raziel's imminent appearance is always heralded by the loud sound of his key being twisted in a lock, and his departure ends with the deafening crash of a door closing. Authors unknown. Unsourced document rescued from the Iranian merchant ship Condor in the 14th century. Florentine. Right, we've read that one.
Handwritten text.
What's it say?
This reads like some religious text.
Definitely no apocrypha I've ever read.
Well, some of this seems a little bit familiar. The Key of Tears is the... it's been translated! I imagine this has been translated, or at least put with more information, because the Key of Tears is thine, if I can but solve my puzzle. That's different. The monstrous beast, that's fine. I walked then the place of Aqua, this is new, and was told by the first soul not to write of this place if I was to receive what was rightfully mine. I left that place and awoke with the mark of his word upon my arm to remind me of the pact. Through smoke and fire, hail and ice, I came upon the place of ice and fire, known to man as Hell, that terrible hall of eternal woe that is Sheol, where the seasons differ greatly from our own, being longer and with harvests and sowings at wide intervals. The people who live by the shores of Sheol are able to cross the whirlwind spaces to visit all the places of the universe, and can speak all other languages. Authors unknown. Unsourced documents. Fair enough.
Parchment. Handwritten.
What's it say?
Parchment on historical and legendary Cornwall.
Might be something useful in that.
Well, let's have a look. Legendary Cornwall. Documents on fact and fiction. Collected text. Copy from source. The Legend of Hell's Stone. We know of a Soul Stone. Is that the same thing? According to legend, the devil was flying over Cornwall with a huge boulder to block up the entrance to Hell when St. Michael challenged him to battle. In the battle, the devil dropped the stone, and where it fell, the place became known as Hell's Stone, or now commonly as Helston. To celebrate this victory, the people of the town danced through the streets, and it became known as the, cannot read that word, which still takes place upon the closest Saturday to the festival of the town's patron saint, the Archangel St. Michael. We know of a Soul Stone, although I doubt there's a connection. There might be, though. Land's End. Legends tell of the entrance to Lyonese was once to be found at Land's End. Fishermen today still say that the drowned buildings of Lyonesse can sometimes be seen around the Seven Stones Lighthouse. Port Isaac. A short way from the village lies the remains of Castle Damaloik, I think, where the Earl of Cornwall was killed by the hand of King Uther Pendragon. Uther followed the dead Earl's wife to Tintagel, and with the aid of Merlin assumed the form of something to seduce her, who conceived a child who later became King Arthur, and then St. Michael's Mount. The Cornish name for this place is the Ancient Rock in the Wood. Because of low tide, these can be seen fossilized remains of an ancient forest which once covered the coast of St. Michael's Mount. There's a little more still to read. The village... here we go. The Vicar of Talland enjoyed fame as an exorcist, apparently, in the early part of the 18th century. Here we go. Do not know the word there, I can't read that. Was once the grand house of a powerful and influential family. Approximately 200 years ago, the squire gave chase to a white hare which disappeared into a cave. When the squire found the hare, it had changed into a witch, and he further discovered that the cave was a coven led by a demon who the squire recognized as the same stranger who had seduced his wife some time before. The squire emerged from the cave some time later, demented and totally insane. The squire and his hunting dogs haunt the place to this day. And finally, there is a, is that a cairn, I think it's called, maybe? Legend would have it that many years ago, two miners were passing the, I think it's that word, one night when they were overtaken by a black-robed horseman who asked if they could watch a wrestling match. The by now horrified and terrified miners accepted, but found that they joined a party of demons. Sorry for the interruption there. Party of demons, and that the horseman was in fact the devil. During the match, one of the demons was thrown against a rock, and the two miners, who still showed a sense of Christian love, whispered a prayer into its ear as it appeared to be dying. As they spoke the prayer, the very land rumbled and groaned as the whole demonic troop were consumed by the earth in a fearsome black cloud. Well, that's certainly some lore. I'm not sure how much of it actually applies to what we've seen here, but there are some dead plants, which implies that Florentine has not been here for some time. But when we come back, folks, we will most certainly use that statuette. And we shall use it this time in the other door that we've found, which I think will lead to progress. And hopefully to the tower. We do need to find the new entrance to the tower, after all. So, I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.